Um, I feel I need to talk about something else, about shenanigan. I don't know if you can see this. Try to put it. This is an image of a woman in the media. This is what women are supposed to strive to look like. A small waist, thin, pretty face, and I think about ShanAnn Watts. When she talks on her videos, I listen and I hear her talking about how much weight she lost. Our husband went from double XL to medium size, and I'm thinking there's a difference between a diet for health, like this dog is on a diet. I'm weighing her food. She needs to lose a few inches of her waist to save her from having diabetes and other diseases that have to do with being obese. There's a difference between being obese, being overweight in a way that endangers your health, to striving to look like this woman. When I think about the Watts case, I'm thinking clearly there was an obsession with looking good, and looking good again. And the difference between ShanAnn Watts, though, and her murder husband was that ShanAnn had her priorities, the children, and they were the center of her world. She constantly mentions them. And this woman clearly wanted children, loved her children, and would never ever harm them. From you look at consistencies of behavior, what people say and what they do. This is something very basic I remember from social psychology class. How do you know if somebody's telling the truth? You look how consistent their behavior is in what they say. And psychopaths, they will say anything to please you and others. And you look at Christopher Watts and how he talks and how much he loves his children. And meanwhile, they're submerged in oil. Their bodies are submerged in oil. And then he doesn't take responsibility. And she takes too much responsibility. She constantly apologizes. I wanted to mention her because I read comments on the videos on YouTube. And they're very disturbing to me when people say she wasn't good enough wife. He suffered. He had seen no other way. No, that doesn't work. You don't just all of a sudden become frustrated with your life and then seek to murder your own wife and children. You don't just snap and murder people. To strangle people means to actively make the decision, to actively dig a grave and bury your pregnant wife, to actively take the bodies of your beautiful children and submerge them in oil is not an act of momentarily insanity. It's something that somebody planned and thought. And it comes from a sense of entitlement to take the life of somebody. So I will not tolerate any comments about that dear woman, because it's just so unfair that people think they're in the position to judge her. And yes, she was involved in the culture. It's not just US, worldwide, of this narcissistic tendency to want to seek to look like this woman. Oh, I need to be thin. I need to look good. Since when is thin good? I mean, if that woman was wearing a galabia, like a large dress, and was very happy eating hummus, I mean, why? Why do women need to be thin? Why do men need to be thin? I mean, it's something that we should ask ourselves. How are we enslaved to this culture of looking good and all these health products, all these artificial shakes? That I must criticize, but not her personality and not her love for the children. that is consistently displayed in every video that you see on social media. And you see him in the background putting on the mask, that this psychopath mask that eventually falls. So please, let's defend ShanAnn Watts and her honor. She's not there to do so. Peace, light, and love for everyone. Be healthy.